Thanks for joining 2K Sports for NBA action this Sunday afternoon. We've got the visitors facing the home team. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. Now here's Beal. Counted. And the highlight of this game could be the matchup at the 5 spot, Clark.
You know, Brian, we've seen strong play at the center position these last few years, and we've got two bigs who can each take over a game, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching them square off.
Outside Young. And the 3 off target. Beal with it, and Clark picks him up defensively. Beal outside. Lets it go from deep. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. Tipped. To the inside. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. First quarter of play, a minute in. And Allie LaForce spoke with Kenny Atkinson. Allie?
And the point of emphasis in the game plan against Anthony Davis was to simply be more physical inside. Coach said we have to force him outside the paint and make him shoot those mid to long range shots. Sounds like they're willing to give up the outside shot to keep Davis from dominating the paint.
And Allie, thanks. Beal. Excellent D there from Davis. Davis, a screen. Down low. And finished off by Davis.
Good positioning that time from AD. Working the pick and roll. Beautiful.
Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys. And he hasn't really had that. And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Young way outside. Rebounded by Lopez.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Here's Beal. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Such a tough guard. I mean, Beal mixing it up inside, coming out on top in that battle.
Davis, a screen. Young from long range. Rebounded by Lopez. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Beal. And stolen by Clark. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And here's Reeves outside. No luck on that one. With a bucket here, they can recapture the lead.
I like how they've hung in. Never let things get out of hand.
And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Good hustle right there. I love that effort. Just a little late in the act.
Young with it. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14.5 a game. Davis, a screen. Pocket 4. And here's Clark for 3. Second chance shot. And another shot. Back to Young. To the paint. Here's Davis. Charlotte, no good that time either.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Beal, right side. And Davis with the block. There's Young with the 3. And it's good. First made shot in 4 attempts.
Yeah, Trae Young can change the course of a game with his outside shooting.
Beal surveying the D. Pass to Randall. Lopez, the screen. Davis with a rebound. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. It's hauled in by Beal.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
Pass to Randall. And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Beal. 6 points for him. Lopez, the screen. Shoots from the elbow. Beal gets the bucket. Beal's got 8.
Look at Beal asserting himself in the mid-range, reminding the defense that he could take that.
Young from long range. Young missing again.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
Goes up on the wing. Here's Randall. Goes back up. And that one's good. A nice job on the glass as they picked up 2 on the second effort.
Randall really a force on the offensive glass. This guy plays with so much energy and excels at crashing the glass.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Out to Beal. The 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
Anthony Davis.
A jumper that is pretty and effective Young's game starts with his shot.
Some room here for Beal. And he nails the jumper. He's got 10.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
12. The Charlotte team. 10.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And the foul on Anthony Davis.
First team foul.
That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating them to the spot. Well done.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Anthony Davis is letting it fly. He said, the way that teams are playing me, I've been getting back to the mid-range. It's an easier shot instead of fighting the double team, so that's all it is, continuing to trust it and shoot it. Brian, we've seen that jumper be a real weapon for him.
Yeah, that's a good call, Allie. Thanks. And here they come. He gets it in there. Brooks has got his first points of the game.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Pass to Kamari. Let's go with a three. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
Charlotte trails by 6. You know, Clark, 2024 saw Anthony Davis make his return to the All-Star game.
And really, B.A., such a pleasure to see him back on the court, healthy and producing. That's not been an issue. The issue has been him being hurt and not being able to be on the court. But he's a perennial All-Star when he's healthy and playing and doing exactly what he's done throughout his career at both ends, be a dominant center.
And Lopez gets it to go.
Lopez is really dangerous as a shooter if you give him space to catch and then shoot.
Inside. Lopez with the steal.
Alex foul. Kamari. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Beal. 12 points for him. Shot clock at 6. It's Edwards on the wing. Off target from three-point range. And so Davis will bring it up for Charlotte. They trail by 6. They've got the Rockets ahead of them next in Houston. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road.
And Young isn't just a scorer. He also takes pleasure in creating opportunities for others.
Now here's Beal. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. And Davis with the block. Pass to Clark. Kamari. To the middle. Easy money for Davis inside.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And it's Randall with the jam.
You know, once he has the positioning he wants, he's ready for the big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
Now here's Young. He's got 5.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Here's Brooks. And it's blocked by Davis. Here's Kamari.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left to play in the first half of basketball. Second chance effort. Tries yet again.
Anthony
Davis. That one's good. This game is all even.
This is why they feed Davis inside. I mean, they know how much of a beast he is down there. He eats good.
Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Graham.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time. Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
Pass to Lopez. Excellent D there from Aldama.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
The shot by Dunn, no good. 1:11 left to play in the first half. And here's Beal. 13 points in the game. On the wing, Brooks. Back to Beal. Launches it from deep. Rebounded by Jovic. Aldama outside. Inside. Here's Jovic. Still no points. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Hornets lead by 1. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. And that one's good for Brooks.
When he gets the opportunity, they are counting on Brooks to hit that shot.
Now Russell. There's the drive. Aldama, left side. Here's Kleba. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half.
Your home team.
Up by 2. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Outside Young. Down low. Turin with a steal. Bogdanovich from long range. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And this is why Bogdanovich is a vital cog in this offense. It's his ability to stretch the floor like that.
Pass to Davis. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, A.D. put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Now here's Bogdanovich. From the arc. Davis for the rebound. Charlotte trails by 3. To the inside. And that one is hammered home.
Assisted by.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Now here's Bogdanovich. The deep 3. The long-distance 3 is buried. Bogdanovich has got 6 points in the quarter.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Fearless from Young inside.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Bogdanovich. Here's Duran. He can't hit that time. Davis with the defensive effort. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. 2-point game for the lead. Duran with the rebound.
Using his size to full advantage, he beats everyone to the ball.
Clark on the double. Back to George. Bogdanovich on the wing. Right wing. Here's Duran. Rebound, Anthony Davis. It's a neck-and-neck game in Miami. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Oklahoma City, where they'll face the Thunder. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
In transition, here they come. Clark outside. Pass to Reeves. Outside Young. George with a steal. And here comes the break. He goes up. And the jam by George.
Yes, sir. George with the flush.
Charlotte trails by 4. Now here's Young. He has 7. To the paint. Pass to Clark. Hachimura with a rebound. George drives in. Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Hachimura. Back to Bogdanovich. Duran, the screen. Just 5 to shoot. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
And credit to Bogdanovich for not giving up there. He gets a shot off and wins a foul for his trouble.
Some changes for Charlotte. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Jovic. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Jovic has got 5 now.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Spins. Bogdanovich, no good. Charlotte trails by 3. For the tie. Jovic shot is off. Hachimura, right side. Bogdanovich on the wing. Give him 8. Here's Duran. And the dunk by Duran.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Now here's Bogdanovich. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Jovic. Done. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Well, you always have to do your best to keep up with Chris Dunn, guys. I mean, just absolutely remarkable in transition, given his athleticism.
Duran, the screen. And this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
And that one falls for Bogdanovich.
Yeah, one of the more consistent scorers in the NBA. Bogdanovich is an asset for this team.
Charlotte trails by 5. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Russell on the drive. Good on the bucket.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Watch outside.
Beal outside. Uses the glass on the layup. Beal's got 15.
His position might be shooting guard, but Beal has no problems taking it inside.
Russell from outside. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Up 5. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few.
35. It's the fourth quarter.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Beal with it. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And they're running.
Physical play finds Dylan Brooks, but he also looks for it. He gives it and takes it.
Second team foul.
The free throw dropped for Brooks.
At the line for your home team, Dylan.
And Brooks drops them both.
Yeah, they've really made a concerted effort to get to the line here in the second half.
That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
Down low. Here's Davis. Oh, big man slam by the big man Davis.
His ability to dominate games is what makes Anthony Davis a top-tier player.
Three-pointer, Brooks. Clark grabs the board.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Back to Davis. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Beal outside. All alone. Davis with a rebound.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
To the inside. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Not just the jump shooter, Bradley Beal is also excellent at knifing his way to the rack and finishing.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Trailing by 5. Davis a screen. Young with it. Now guarded by Duren. Basket's good.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. They've been undisciplined defensively, getting themselves into foul trouble far too early.
Beal outside. Fires for 3. Counted from distance. Beal's got 5 points in the quarter.
And when it comes to the 3, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
And so shifty with great handles. Young gets the defender to commit, then takes full advantage.
Randall can't hit. Charlotte trails by 4. High post Young. Pass to Davis. Timeout called, Hornets.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to find out what Charlotte's head coach was going over with his guys. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And here's Edwards outside. Drains the triple.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Here goes Trey. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez.
You could see Lopez tracking that shot the whole way. Nice awareness from him and terrific rejection as well.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And he sinks the second.
What I admire about Beal is his work ethic, his desire to keep improving year after year.
Outside Reeves. Pass to Davis. Back to Reeves. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed.
Cold-blooded by Austin Reeves. He doesn't shy away from coming up big in critical times.
Now here's Edwards. Lopez can't hit. 1:49 left to play in the fourth quarter. Outside Davis. And here's Reeves outside. And the three-pointer goes. Reeves has got 5 points now this quarter.
Reeves can make you pay from deep, especially if you allow him to get comfortable and set.
Edwards is doubled. And here's Lopez from the arc. Great positioning on the putback.
Calm when it counts. Randall has that clutch DNA.
Outside Young. Outside Davis. Nice shot there, making him 8 for 13.
AD staring him down and letting him know this ain't over yet.
To the right side. Lopez for three. Rebounded by Kamari.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Young looking around. Pass to Clark. Inside. Here's Davis. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That's on Brook Lopez.
There are very few that can handle and battle with Davis inside. He's got really tremendous strength and agility and a nice touch.
Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
He connects!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. To the middle. Here's Reeves. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Reeves has no fear at all going against the big guy. Drawing the foul there because he's fearless.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
He knows just how important these shots are, and he makes them count.
And here's Beal.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
So he comes up empty, missing both. Outside Young. To the inside. Here's Davis. Oh, no good! So the home crowd happy here as they... Welcome to 2K Sports. What could be better than kicking back on a Sunday afternoon watching the NBA? Tip-off goes to the Hornets. Outside Young. Three-pointer. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
Boy, this guy's so springy from the two-guard position. Just incredible athleticism by Bradley Beal on the drive.
There's the triple. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Fast break, here we go. Young from long range. They get it back. To the inside. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Davis. And finished off by Davis.
And the length is hard to contend with. Davis using all of it for the putback points there.
And stolen by Clark. And they're running. And here's Reeves outside. Rebounded by Lopez. Randall with the drive. And Davis with the block.
That's what happens when you challenge Davis. He can be so disruptive as a defender.
The fadeaway. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
You know, being that wide open sometimes leads to a miss, but that fadeaway was money.
Beal outside. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Well, Bradley Beal has become such a good playmaker, finishing through contact. That is beautiful.
Pass to Reeves. Here's Kamari. Fires the three. Randall pulls down the board. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Now here's Edwards. Right wing. Brooks outside. Beal with it. Now Edwards. And out of bounds. Charlotte will have it. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the head coach for Charlotte gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We discussed Bradley Beal. The focus for them on the defensive end, coach telling me that Brad's a guy who averaged 30 points a game in this league, the sign of a special scorer, so they need to figure out a way to make Beal uncomfortable, saying maybe they'll put some length on him. Let's see if that works on Beal. Back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
And so shifty with great handles. Young gets the defender to commit, then takes full advantage.
Pass to Lopez. Off the mark there with a three. And Young has got the ball here for the Hornets. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played.
Well, being aggressive and assertive, the big man snatching the rebound.
Beal. And no good, trying to use the glass. Inside. Here's Davis. Rebounded by Lopez.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Pass to Randall. And here's Edwards. It's Beal on the wing. Back to Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
If the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
Down low. Oh, deflected. Lopez with the steal. And stolen by Reeves. In transition, here they come. And here's Clark for three. Davis with it. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Now here's Beal. They trail by one. Can't hit from in close.
Not an easy rebound at all. But when you win that kind of battle, it gets your blood pumping.
Gets the three ball to go.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Got a piece of it. He's got a clear path. On up the court. And finished off by Davis.
Yeah, this is how powerful Davis is. Awesome at capitalizing with the dunk.
Clark with it. Beal picks him up. Here's Young. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez. And they're able to recover.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
And it's Lopez with the jam.
But if you give Lopez a 7-footer this much room, it's over.
Here's Young. Doing some damage on the offensive end. Putting up a little over 14 points a game. Left side Reeves. Drives to the hoop. And he dunks it down.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
And that does it for the first quarter.
The visiting team.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far. really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
Pass to Jovic. Kleba with a screen. To the paint. Lays it up and in off the prettiest. And we've seen the league ramp up the series model where teams play each other in the same arena twice in a row. What do you think, Doris?
I absolutely love this, and more importantly, the coaches seem to engage highly in it because they feel to a certain degree it brings you a level of almost playoff-like repetition.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Anthony Davis is letting it fly. He said, the way that teams are playing me, I've been getting back to the mid-range. It's an easier shot instead of fighting the double team, so that's all it is, continuing to trust it and shoot it. Brian, you've seen that jumper. Be a real weapon for him.
Yeah, that's a good call, Allie. Thanks.
Number 0, Jalen Duren.
There's Young with the 3. Duren with the rebound. Fires for 3. Davis with a rebound. Charlotte leading by 10. And they're pushing it up. Kamari, that's good.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Here's Beal. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Bradley Beal is one of the most difficult individuals to guard in the league. No surprise he comes up with a drawn foul there.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots. I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
And at 6'10", Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
Young from long range. Good D by Bogdanovich.
I'll tell you, he has looked just a step slow all game, but his teammates, boy, have they come through.
Here's Beal. Stolen by Davis. To the middle. Here's Kamari. Then he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
It's Beal on the wing. 7 points in the game. There's the drive. Stolen by Davis. Looking to end his cold spell. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to go on Bogdanovich. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
High post Davis. Tries again. Pass to Reeves. Outside Young. Just 5 to shoot. To the inside. Davis. And Davis slams it home. That gives him a double-double in this one.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Inside. Back to Bogdanovich. Floats one up. And Davis with the block.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Basket's good. Davis has got 13.
They're really working the paint now.
Now here's Beal. He has 7. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, as of right now, Jalen Duren kind of seems like a classic big man. He can block, he can rebound, and he really focuses on finding close-range looks.
Both teams will make substitutions.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
Pass to Kleba. Here's Jovic. Three-pointer. Connects from downtown. And the Hornets lead by 17.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
The 3 from Russell. And Charlotte, another 3.
Arguably the most dangerous weapon in D'Angelo Russell's arsenal. This guy is a problem for the defense.
Randall outside. Pass to Duren. The shake. It's not going to go for him. Excellent D there from Aldama. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 19-7 run. Russell with the ball. George defending. And here's Russell. They set a pick. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Outside Bogdanovich. These are his first free throws of the game.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
And that one falls for Bogdanovich.
For the away team.
They're one of the more consistent scorers in the NBA. Bogdanovich is an asset for this team.
Charlotte leading by 20. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Russell. And he gets that one. Russell's got 7.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior. Might be a good idea to run the clock. Hold it for the last shot.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Pass to Aldama. The 3. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Aldama's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. And so it's Charlotte up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. All right, we'll get back to the action. After this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Now Beal. Driving inside. And then Beal with the dunk.
Great play off the bounce by Bradley Beal. He has added this methodically over the course of time. Go ahead, Bradley. Drive it, baby.
Here's Young. And he makes it. He's got 5.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Sends it home from three-point land.
You simply have to remember that Brook Lopez can stroke the jumper. This guy on catch and shoot is terrific.
Here's Davis. And Davis slams it home.
There is no doubt what's going to happen once he reaches the rim.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Three-pointer, Beal. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Young with it. Checked by Brooks. Young looking over the floor. High arcing shot. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
First personal foul.
Getting better at finding ways to draw fouls. Young just daring the D to get physical.
Good on both. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Lopez, the screen. And stolen by Clark. He's all alone. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Action on the break has fueled them tonight. They're winning the transition battle.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
First team foul.
Now off the inbound. And it's good for 2. Beal's got 11.
Soft floating jumper from Beal right there, adding to his offensive attack. Seemed to totally catch the defense by surprise.
Outside Reeves. There's the 3. Nails it from 3. Give him 8 points now.
They haven't missed a beat coming out of the locker room. A perfect 4 for 4.
Timeout. And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Here's Beal. Rebound, Anthony Davis. They have really been in control of this one.
You don't want to get complacent here.
And finished off by Davis.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Second team foul.
Beal outside. And he comes up with a bucket.
Well, this is what you want, right? Bradley Beal coming off the screen with purpose.
Outside Young. On the wing, Reeves. From deep. And Charlotte, another 3.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Beal surveying the D. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Young can't hit.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Beal right side. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Beal's got 15.
Boy, that is just tremendous concentration from Bradley Beal. Defense all over him, no problem.
And there's a minute 45 left in the third. Fades and shoots. It's hauled in by Beal. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Brian, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie. Thanks. Minute 32 left in the third quarter here. Three-pointer, Beal. Aldama grabs the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Dunn right side. He takes it in. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. They'll pin that one on Julius Randle. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
To the paint. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
And this is something Brooks must continue focusing on. When he sets up guys, team chemistry improves.
Aldama outside. And it's off from three-point range. Beal left side. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Bradley Beal.
Well, a terrific secondary playmaker. Beal with a nice find.
Pass to Jovic. Charlotte, no good that time either. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Beal. And then Beal with the dunk.
Well, he's still battling, doing everything possible to keep them in this game.
Russell attacking. To the wing, right side. "11 seconds left in the third. Shot clock at 6.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
There's 6 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Here's Beal. Drains it from 9 feet away. Beal's got 12 points in just the second half.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
The visiting
At the
team,
end.
36.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Down low. Here's Davis. And finished off by Davis.
You know, the best thing about AD is he can contribute in every statistical category.
You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason.
And the foul on Anthony Davis. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Beal outside. Four on the clock. And Davis with the block.
No chance. Davis, just too much to handle on the defensive side.
Not everyone has the green light to take that 3 in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Randall deciding where to go with it. Pass to Lopez. Back to Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
On the wing, Reeves. And finished off by Davis.
And just an incredible effort on the offensive glass.
Wow, follows it up with the putback to finish the play. Here's Randall. Another shot. No luck on that one.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Outside Davis. They grab their own miss. Clark outside. Outside Young. Back to Clark. From behind the arc. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Beal right side. Here's Randall. And that's collected by Trae Young.
He's going to hear from his teammates after that one. Not quite sure what happened.
Here he goes. Misses in close. Lopez, the screen. Beal with it. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity.
Third team.
And the NBA moving to a 2-day draft. Your thoughts on the change, Grant?
You know, B.A., a lot of pro sports are shifting to multi-day drafts. And the NBA draft can be long if done all in one evening. So maybe a good choice to break it up.
Beal outside. From about 16. Davis with a rebound. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Young. Driving in. And he makes it on the layup. Young's got 8 here in this quarter.
The quicks off Trae Young. He gets to the rim at will. Better come with help side defense.
And here's Lopez from the arc.
Opponent's foul. Tumani Kamara. Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Lopez. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Randall with a steal. Pass to Brooks. Outside Young. Blocked!
The strong defense from Brooks, using his instincts there to come away with the block.
Young with it. Checked by Brooks. Outside Young. Pass to Davis. And Davis slams it home.
So effective in screen and rolls. When Davis cuts hard like this, he's capable of getting quality looks.
To the paint. Here's Lopez. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. And technology, always a conversation, Doris. So talk to us about wearable sensors and where that is between the league and players union.
Yeah, you know, obviously there are some privacy concerns because what these wearables give you are devices to measure how healthy a player is. What should his exertion level be based on all kinds of health information? Resting heart rate variability. What was the quality of sleep? Quality of sleep is a huge issue in the NBA with all the late flights and tip times, et cetera, cross-country travel. When you're investing millions into your players, you're trying to take the best care you can of them, and some of that goes to the information you can glean from these wearables. I love them.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Hornets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league.
And with the win, the season series is tied 1-1. You have to love how competitive these games have been with 2 more left to play.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Anthony Davis.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
.34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Beal. Fires the 3. Aldama grabs a board.
Well, whether it's a defensive adjustment or he's gone just a bit cold, that efficiency has really fallen off this quarter.
Now here's Russell. So it's Charlotte winning this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort.